Hey guys, it's Two Video Games or Adam, and welcome back to another one of my Fortnite videos. Today I'll be going over 3 easy ways to get free V-Bucks here in Fortnite. So today's video is going to be featuring my weekly giveaway. I'll be giving away a total of 3 PSN cards and 3 Xbox cards. To enter, it's so easy. All you have to do is drop a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and let me guys know right now in the comment section below, do you want the PSN card or do you want the Xbox card? Also, if you do have a Twitter account, please attach your username to your comment. It makes it a lot easier for me to contact you if you end up winning. And also guys, I'll have 3 of those cards hidden somewhere in today's video, so it's first come, first serve for the first 3, and the other 3 I'll be giving away to people in the comment section below. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who either cannot afford to buy V-Bucks or they just don't want to spend money on skins, and I am one of those people. You guys can always see in my gameplays, I have like the most basic skins or battle pass skins because I don't really want to spend $20 on a cosmetic item. So I wanted to figure out, how can you actually get a decent amount of free V-Bucks within Fortnite, right? No external websites, no scams, something like that. How do you get free bucks within the game of Fortnite? And in today's video, I'll be going over really the 3 only ways you can do that. And I'm not talking about, 100 V-Bucks or 200. I'm talking about like thousands of V-Bucks. You can actually buy these legendary skins. And besides all of that, guys, let's go ahead and actually get into these 3 methods of getting free V-Bucks here in Fortnite. So coming in at the number 3 spot on today's list, kind of weird saying that because we only have 3 things on today's list. And this one right here, let me just start by saying that I know it's a really obvious one, but since there aren't many ways to earn free V-Bucks within the game of Fortnite, I had to include it on this list, and that is the Season Pass. Now, there is a way to actually get that pass, or the battle pass. Sorry, I always say season pass. The battle pass without actually having to pay for it. But let's just say, you sink $10 on that battle pass, and that's it. You're set. Like, you could just use all the V-Bucks you get from that one battle pass and save those V-Bucks and just keep buying all of the other battle passes in the future, which is really awesome because I think what a lot of people do is they get those V-Bucks from the battle pass, either buy tiers or they'll buy things in the item shop. So if you just constantly save them and make sure you always have at least, like 1,000 V-Bucks so you can buy the next battle pass, you can just keep going over and over and over again. And with the battle pass for Season 3, you actually get a decent amount of V-Bucks from it. Now in Season 2, I believe you got 1,000 V-Bucks from the battle pass, which is awesome because you get, all of those skins and all the things that were in the Season 2 battle pass, plus you got 1,000 V-Bucks, which is pretty much equivalent to the $10 you put in. And if you save that, you could buy the Season 3 battle pass and you wouldn't have to pay for anything. And then on top of that, with Season 3, you got a total of 1,500 V-Bucks, so 500 more. And I think either 400 or 500 of those V-Bucks are completely free, and people who didn't buy the battle pass can still earn those, which is really awesome. But still, 1,500 V-Bucks from Season 3 is a healthy amount of V-Bucks, and as long as you save those V-Bucks and you don't spend it on tiers and you don't spend on things in the item shop, you can just keep on farming those battle passes and never have to worry about paying for those in the future. So coming in at the number 2 spot on today's list, we have to make the jump over to Fortnite Save the World. Now, I know a lot of people might not be crazy about Save the World, or maybe a lot of you just haven't even played it because Fortnite Battle Royale is so big, it really overshadows Save the World. Now, I got Save the World, I think it was in December when it was half off, so I got the game for $20, and I'm sure they'll have more sales, but I think right now it's $40. But even if you pay full price for it right now, I guarantee you 100% you will get more than $40 worth of V-Bucks from playing Save the World. And the first method is so easy. All you have to do is log in to Save the World. You don't even have to play all you have to do is just log in, and you'll get these daily bonuses every single day. Sometimes it will be, you know, certain in-game items for Save the World, but every like 10 days, or, you know, maybe 2 out of the 10-day rewards, you'll be getting some V-Bucks, right? And at the beginning, it's quite low, but once you start adding it up, you get some serious V-Bucks for just logging in and not even playing. The best part of this too is you don't have to log in consecutive days. There's a lot of games where they have these login bonuses where you have to log in consecutively, right? Every single day you have to log in. If you don't, it resets back to 0 and you have to completely restart. With Save the World, it's not like that. If you miss a day or you log in only 3 or 4 times a week, it will go up by the amount of times you logged in, you know, that week. So it won't reset if you can't log in for some reason. And in the first about 100 days that you get these bonuses, you'll earn around 2,000 V-Bucks, which is really damn good. But the thing is, it starts off slow. Once you get above day 100, you start getting some serious V-Buck bonuses. There's days where you're earning 800 V-Bucks or 500 V-Bucks, or the lowest is, you know, 150, and it's more frequent. So, you know, from day 100, 200, you're seeing a lot more V-Bucks, and pairing that up with the Battle Pass and BR, you start earning some serious V-Bucks here in Fortnite pretty much for free. Now, again, before we jump into the one spot, I just do understand that you do have to make that initial investment, and if you can manage to get Save the World on sale for half off and only pay 20 bucks for this game, that is insane. Because with the V-Bucks you earn from just logging in to Save the World, you can easily buy a Battle Pass with the V-Bucks you earn there, and then earn even more V-Bucks with the Battle Pass, right? So that is, of course, something you're gonna have to do. If you can just manage to save up some money to buy Save the World, it's definitely worth it, even if you don't play it. Now, if you do decide to play Save the World, and I gotta say, it's actually a lot of fun. It's a little bit complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it's a really fun game. But when you play Save the World, that is where you see the serious V-Bucks. All right, so in the number 1 spot, yes, it is simply by playing Fortnite Save the World. And this is something that really surprised me. It really shocked me because I was not expecting to earn this many V-Bucks this fast from just playing Save the World. So just the other day, I jumped on, I started with about 800 V-Bucks from my Battle Pass in BR, and about after 6 hours of playing, like I said, it's a really fun game, I really enjoy playing it. After 6 hours of playing, I'm at 2,500 V-Bucks. I can buy a legendary skin right there from just playing Save the World, and that isn't even my daily login rewards kicking in yet, right? Because I'm so low still, I'm only like day 10 at this point. So once that kicks in, it's absolutely insane. And the thing about playing Save the World is there are so many different things that give you V-Bucks. But the thing is, it's so tough to explain because there are so many things, and if you don't really understand Save the World, you know, it's not going to make much sense. But just playing through the campaign and doing missions, it's like almost every other mission is going to give you a V-Bucks reward. It's a small reward, like some are 50, some are 100, some are 200. But the thing is, it really adds up, and there's always these daily missions that are going to give you free V-Bucks. If you beat the campaign, there will always be replayable missions that will give you V-Bucks, so it's something you can just constantly earn over and over again. It never stops. So at the end of the day, guys, obviously you have to buy a game, and again, I've mentioned a couple times, if you can get it for that half off sale, and I'm sure there'll be a ton more, it's an absolute steal. And I'm just so surprised that you actually can get that many V-Bucks from just playing Save the World. I don't know if it's their way of getting people to come and play Save the World, but you know, with the Battle Pass in BR, you get a decent amount of V-Bucks. But the thing is, when you pair that up with the login bonuses and just playing the game, you get an insane amount of V-Bucks. And even dropping that $40 on the, you know, full game right now, you'll definitely get more than 40 bucks worth of V-Bucks. But if you're somebody who, doesn't really want to play Save the World, something as simple as just using that login bonus to your advantage will definitely pay off in the long run. But it's a fun game. I recommend playing it. Even if you play just once a week, getting the V-Bucks from playing that, the login bonus, everything adds up so perfectly, and you should be able to buy a couple of legendary skins, every month. So there we have it, guys. Those are 3 ways you can actually get free V-Bucks within Fortnite, and there's always going to be these, external websites and all that stuff that's just not true. It's a scam, and you won't get free V-Bucks. If you want to get some free V-Bucks, within the game of Fortnite, and usually after you buy a game, there really isn't a way to get free in-game currency, but here in Fortnite, there are a couple of ways to really get quite a bit of V-Bucks so you can actually buy what you want in BR. So, hey guys, it's Games or Adam, and welcome back to another one of my Fortnite top 5 videos, and today I'll be going over 5 small little changes you can make in your game that will help you get the win. So today's top 5 is going to feature our weekly giveaway. I'll be giving away 3 PSN and Xbox cards, and I will have 3 of those codes hidden somewhere in the video, so it is first come, first serve for those. For the other ones, all you have to do is drop a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know right now in the comment section below how many wins do you currently have here in Fortnite. So like I mentioned at the start of the video, I'll be going over 5 small little things you can do here in Fortnite that will help you get more wins. And a couple weeks back, we went over the 5 reasons why you're not winning in Fortnite, and those were more major things. These are more small little minor things that you might not be aware of when you're playing Fortnite, and these things will definitely help you get more kills, you'll survive more, and of course, that will lead to more wins. Now besides all of that, guys, let's go ahead and jump into today's top 5 video. Now this goes without saying, but I'm going to mention it anyways. This top 5 is heavily geared towards those players who are either new at Fortnite or are really struggling getting wins. So we'll be going over just these really small things that are super easy to change in your game, and it will help you get to that end game where you can possibly, hopefully, get those wins. So coming in at the number 5 spot on today's list, I want to talk about skins in this game. This is something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time or include into a top 5, but I never thought it was really that big of a deal. But now, with the Season 3 Battle Pass having some really interesting skins, I think it's now appropriate because a lot of people have these skins in the game, and I'm specifically targeting the Dark Voyager skin, right? That's just kind of an example though, but with the Battle Pass, the Dark Voyager skin is one of those skins that is just absolutely amazing. I think it's one of the best skins in the game, and I was so hyped when I finally unlocked it. But one thing that I'm realizing, because a lot more people are now unlocking the Dark Voyager skin, I'm noticing so many people in game with this skin on, and the thing is, I find the Dark Voyager costume or skin to be so easy to spot in game. This is something that I really think that a lot of us don't even think about, right? You want to look cool in game, you kind of want to stand out in a way, but standing out isn't the best thing, especially, in those situations where you're in the top 10 or top 5, and you might not be in the greatest position, you might not have that height advantage, or you might not be in a base at all. Having a bright pink suit on isn't going to help you at all. But again, this isn't a big deal. That's why I have it here in the 5 spot. It's just one of those things that you maybe want to think about. If you are really struggling, this might give you just a little advantage. So coming in at the number 4 spot on today's list, I have a great tip for the start of the match. Through the video, we'll have a tip for the start, the middle of the game, and then we'll have a tip for the end game as well. So to cover kind of every situation while you're playing a game of Fortnite. Now, for the start of the match, one really important thing when you're landing is how you enter a house. This is really important, especially when you're going to an area that is really popular, and I have to exclude Tilted Towers from this because Tilted is kind of like a whole nother animal, whole nother beast. There really isn't anything else on the map that's similar to Tilted. Going to a place like Pleasant Park or Greasy Grove or even Retail Row, those are spots that are usually popular most of the time, but of course not as popular as tilted towers, but when you're going to a spot like that where you have a lot of people landing, it's so common for two people to share one house for looting, right? And what most people do is they love landing on the roof, breaking through the roof, going to the attic, and getting that chest as soon as possible, which can be good, but at the same time, it's not the best move. Only when you have somebody else landing with you. When you're by yourself, who cares, right? You can loot however you want, but when there's somebody else at that same house, the best thing to do is always go in through the ground floor. The reason why going through the ground floor is so important when you're sharing a house with somebody is the ground floor and also the second floor of that house will contain shotguns, right? Sometimes you'll find shotguns in the attic, but it's mainly just chests, nothing else. And if the guy up top gets a gold scar and you have a, you know, a green semi or a green pump, there's a huge chance you're going to win that gunfight. So going through ground floor is always the best option when you're landing in an area that has a lot of people landing there because you want that shotgun as soon as possible. So coming in at the number 3 spot on today's list, I have something that is so incredibly simple, yet it is one of the most important things and one of the things that will really help you out that I have on today's list. And that has to do with what you have as your default build, okay? And what I mean by this is when you start a game of Fortnite and you're looting, the staircase is something you spam a ton, right? Just to get to the, you know, the attics or build up to a roof of the house or whatever you might be doing. We use that staircase build so damn much. And sometimes we forget that we kind of have that preset, right? When you hit the circle button or the B button on Xbox, the first thing that pops up is the staircase, right? And that can be good for, again, for looting or climbing a mountain, whatever. But when you are in a gunfight or someone shoots at you randomly, having those staircases pre-selected will end you. And again, this sounds so simple, it sounds so basic, but it is incredible how much this actually helps you survive those situations. You always want to just hit that build button and just make sure you have the wall pre-selected, because when you do get shot at, you can instantly build that wall and protect yourself, and the staircases most of the time won't really do that much for you. And the reason why I think this is so important is because I see so many other players doing this, right? And you can see people who are clearly not that great when you shoot them, they start spamming staircases everywhere, and again, it just really doesn't do anything for you. So making sure constantly throughout the game that that wall is pre-selected, I guarantee you guys, it will help you survive so many situations. So coming in at the number 2 spot on today's list, we have the Quick Swap. And the Quick Swap is something that definitely requires a lot more skill. It takes a lot more practice to get really good and efficient when it comes to swapping weapons really quickly, but it is something that if you don't do already, it's something you have to start doing right now. This is something that sounds really simple and really easy to pull off, but unfortunately it's something that is actually quite difficult. Like I said, it definitely takes the most skill and the most practice out of everything on today's list. But for those of you who don't know what the Quick Swap is, it's just simply taking a shot with a weapon and then instantly switching to another gun, and it's preferably of course a shotgun, taking a shot with a pump or a semi, and then switching to an AR, an SMG, or whatever to finish off the enemy, because the shotguns in this game, guys, we know how unreliable they are, so you can't rely on that first shot to kill the enemy. My favorite combo for this is definitely the pump shotgun and the semi shotgun, because that pump shotgun with that first shot can deal insane amounts of damage. You can possibly get that, you know, one shot, one kill with the pump. But if you don't, and you're instantly switching to the semi-shotgun, it's still a shotgun, and it can still deal a lot of damage. You have no problem finishing off your enemies with that combo. Also, a shotgun and a tactical SMG is also really good, because you can kind of spray with that tactical SMG. And if you do get a decent amount of damage with the shotgun with that first shot, you should have no problem finishing off your enemy. But guys, if you don't do this, start doing it. It will definitely be worth it. So coming in at the number 1 spot on today's list, say you have successfully made it to the end game here in Fortnite. You're in a top 10 situation. You've built your tower. You have the right weapons. Things are looking good for you, and say you see somebody down below sneaking around and you're kind of keeping an eye on them. You don't want to shoot yet, and then all of a sudden a sniper bullet goes right through your head. Now, what went wrong here? This is something that is completely avoidable, and this happens to be way too much, and that is spending way too much time peeking. Now, you can call whatever the hell you want. I personally call it peeking, but it's just when you have your head exposed when you are in your base or you're in your fort, and this is something that is really tough to do sometimes because you sometimes get mesmerized when you see somebody and you're locked on that one person. You're watching their every move because you do want to end up shooting, and then all of a sudden you get sniped because you aren't thinking about what can happen around you, right? It's not just you and that other guy. There's other people playing Fortnite as well, and with this one little thing, it's so easy to fix. There's so many ways to look around or look below you without actually having to have your head exposed. You can sit right on the wall and look down. It's something you can easily do. You don't really want to have any part of you exposed unless you're going to go ahead and take some shots and go for the kill. Now, that being said, of course, there's going to be times where you get sniped because the other person just is an absolute god with a sniper and he hits you as soon as you go to shoot somebody. That's going to happen, of course, but having your head exposed for no reason, or maybe you're just looking around just for the hell of it, really is not a good idea. So there we have it, guys. Those are 5 little things that don't seem, like I said before, they don't seem to be that big and that massive, but trust me, guys, these things actually really do help. And the one that helped me the most is having that, wall pre-selected. I can't even tell you guys how many times that saved me. So really do a couple of these things, and I promise you, you're not going to be seeing crazy instant results. Hey guys, it's Video Games or Adam, and welcome back to another one of my Fortnite top 5 videos. And today we're going over 5 awesome loadouts that will help you get the win here in Fortnite. So before we get into today's video, Season 3 is slowly but surely coming to an end. And what does that mean? That means that the Season 4 Battle Pass is right around the corner. So for the next couple of videos leading up to the release of the Season 4 Battle Pass, I'll be giving away a couple of PS and an Xbox cards. So for those of you who did not have a chance to get Season 3, you might be able to get that Season 4 Battle Pass, which will probably be even bigger and better than it was in Season 3. Now, to enter into today's giveaway, it's so easy. All you have to do is drop a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and let me guys know right now in the comment section below, what tier are you currently on for the Season 3 Battle Pass? If you don't have it, then just put 0. Also, if you do have a Twitter account, please attach your username to your comment. It makes it a lot easier for me to contact you if you do end up winning. And of course, guys, I'll have a couple of PSN and Xbox codes hidden somewhere in the video, so keep an eye out for those because it's first come, first serve for those. But don't worry, I will still be giving away more to you guys in the comment section below. So now that we have all of that out of the way, let's talk about today's video. And today's video is all about loadouts, right? And having the right loadout for your playstyle is always super important. And knowing what your loadout's going to be before you actually get into the game is also so important, because then you know what to pick up and what not to pick up. Because in those situations when you kill somebody and you're looting somebody and you're thinking about what should I pick up, what should I not pick up, that can really get you screwed. And knowing what you have and what you need will put you on the right path right away. So in today's video, I want to go over 5 different loadouts for different play styles that will help you get the win here in Fortnite. So starting things off here in the number 5 spot, I have kind of my own creation. I'm sure a lot of people use this class too, but still, this is the one that I've kind of created myself, and it's the one I use almost every single game. Now, this class isn't kind of set the way it is. I'll change it throughout the game, but we'll get into that in a second. So the class is this: AR, shotgun, medkit, shield. Okay, so starting at the beginning, AR, of course, just the best AR I can get my hands on. Usually, I go purple scar, but sometimes I like to go blue M16 over purple scar. But again, just the best, AR I can get my hands on. And then we have for the shotguns, I'll usually start with a pump and then a semi. but depending on what I do get later in the game, I'll usually go pump and heavy, or sometimes I'll go heavy and heavy, and if I do find an RPG, I'll drop usually the pump, and I'll just keep the semi and then go AR, semi, and RPG. For the medikit, it's just a regular medikit, and for the shields, I have those mini shields because, of course, mini shields are really, really good now. No sniper in this class. I'm not a big sniper, that's why I don't have one. But, you know, the AR is good at range. Having those dual shotguns in any shotgun fight will really help you get the win. But overall, it's a solid class, but again, not the best class to use here in Fortnite. So coming in at the number 4 spot on today's list, I like to call this loadout the underrated loadout. If you want to just change things up and still use a loadout that will actually get you a win, I recommend using this one right here. So starting off, we have an AR. Now, if you want to go regular M16, or you could also go the Blue Burst, because that thing is actually a really good gun, and of course, it is very underrated. Next up, we have the suppressed pistol. Then we have the TAC SMG, RPG, and then of course the shield. A lot of these classes will feature the RPG because that thing is just an absolute beast. But starting off with the suppressed pistol. This gun right here is just super underrated, especially the gold version of it. It can really do a lot of damage, and since you have no shotgun in this class, the suppressed pistol, I guess, kind of takes the place of the shotgun because you can deliver a lot of damage really quickly with the suppressed pistol. And since it is suppressed, if you are shooting at somebody from a little bit of a distance, they will have no idea where you are, which is a big bonus. The TAC SMG also is a lot better than it used to be. It is way more accurate and can deliver a ton of damage at close range. So suppressed pistol with the TAC SMG is kind of your whole shotgun combo. And again, the RPG is just really good in any situation. And of course, the mini shields. So coming in at the number 3 spot on today's list, we have the aggressive playstyle loadout. I don't know why I keep saying class. Call of Duty, sorry. But the aggressive playstyle loadout. We have an AR, we have 2 shotguns, bandages, and a mini shield. Now this one is very similar to the one we had in the 5 spot. With that one, you know, I talked about, hey, if you come across something like an RPG, you know, drop a shotgun, relax, it's fine. If you wanted a sniper, you know what? Just drop that pump, keep the semi, you're good to go. But with this class, you definitely want to keep both of those shotguns because having 2 shotguns when you're playing aggressive isn't necessary, but it definitely helps a lot. Being able to deliver 2 devastating shots really quickly will help you get a lot more kills using this loadout. The last thing about this class is the bandages over the medikits. So in the 5 spot, we were talking about the medikits. With this one, we have the bandages instead because bandages are just better for combat situations. If you're playing that aggressive playstyle, chances are you're going to take a lot of hits, you're going to lose a lot of health, and of course shield as well. With the bandages, you can at least get some health regenerated, even if it's not a ton, even if it's only 1 or 2 bandages, it's at least something so you're at least have some more health for your next engagement, which will probably come quick if you're playing that aggressive playstyle. And of course, same thing goes with the mini shields. At least gives you a chance to have something instead of nothing. So coming in at the number 2 spot on today's list, we just looked at a more aggressive playstyle loadout in the number 3 spot. Now we're going to look at one that's a little bit more conservative. I guess call this the camper loadout. So we have the AR, we have a shotgun, we have a sniper, a medkit, and of course the mini shields. It's not necessarily, I guess, camping, but for those of you who just can't play that crazy aggressive playstyle, this is a great class to rock, and again, especially if you like sniping, why the heck not? So AR for your medium to long range. For your shotgun, of course, it's up to you how to go with semi, because that pump shotgun, if you miss your shot, you can be screwed. So semi is always a great option when you're rocking only 1 shotgun. And of course, the sniper. When it comes to the medkit and the shield, of course, you want to keep those mini shields at all time. The medkit, you know, it's nice to have, but if you come across an RPG, you can always drop that medkit and have that RPG instead, because when it comes towards the end of the game, you can always find a medkit or some bandages or or a chug jug from someone you kill. So medikit is not as important as a shield, but this is a great loadout for those of you who don't like playing a crazy aggressive playstyle. So here we are, guys, the #1 spot on today's list when it comes to the perfect loadout in Fortnite. What you're looking for is you want something for pretty much every situation, and that's what this class is right here. So we're starting off with the AR, of course, again, the best AR you can get your hands on. Then you want to have a shotgun, after that a sniper, then an RPG, and then of course the beautiful mini shields. And with this setup right here, you actually have something for every situation. You have the AR, you have that shotgun for those close quarter battles, you have the snipers for those long range shots and be able to pick people off, and of course you have that amazing RPG and the shields for whenever you need those. Now, with all that being said, I think one important thing to point out here, and this goes for every other loadout we've talked about so far in this video, is Fortnite is an RNG game, right? The chances of getting this exact loadout every single game, it's just incredibly slim, and it's not going to happen, especially for this class right here. I'm sure you can get your hands on an AR, shotgun, and a sniper pretty much every game, but getting that RPG is somewhat tough. So you can really take that slot and replace it with something else for the early portions of the game, because when you do find RPGs, either from supply drops or sometimes chests, we're not going to find one until the end of the game. So maybe having a second shotgun there could be something you could do, maybe having some bandages or some medkits. And like I said, it goes for every single class, really. You're not going to have that perfect loadout every single game, so always having something in mind to replace that with is a good idea. Now, if you actually do end up getting this class in a game of Fortnite, getting that AR, that shotgun, sniper, and RPG with the mini shields, you're in a very good position because you're just prepared for everything that's thrown at you, and that is always really good in any game of Fortnite. So there we have it, guys. Those are 5 loadouts here in Fortnite that will definitely help you get some more wins here in Fortnite. And the whole idea about a video like this is being able to kind of create a loadout for a specific type of playstyle, because you always want to have that idea of your loadout in your head before you actually get into a match, so you know exactly what you want it to look like, so there's no, you know, scrambling when you kill somebody and they drop loot and you're sitting there for like 5 minutes, you know, thinking about what you should keep and what you should take. So knowing what you want your load to look like is always a very good idea. And of course, guys, one recommendation I have for you, if you haven't already, try out the 1 in the 4 spot, the AR, suppressed pistol, TAC SMG, RPG, and the mini shields. It's a weird loadout, but it's surprising.
Thank you guys for watching this video. For those who are new to the channel, if you've enjoyed this video, check out some of the others on the right side of the screen. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications for whenever a new guide shows up. We have grown tremendously in the last few months and couldn't have done it without all of our supporters. Thank you again so much, and doubly so if you shared it with anyone else, like your friends, family, or your pets. You guys are great, and we hope to keep making videos that you all like.